In this lesson, we will determine the different folk arts and designs of Mindanao. We will analyze the elements and principles of arts in the production of artworks, identify distinct characteristics of arts and crafts of Mindanao, appreciate the artifacts and art objects in terms of its utilization and distinct use of art elements and principles. Table of Contents. Geographical Location. Islamic Art. Arts and Crafts of Maranao, Maguindanao, and Tausug. Arts and Crafts of Yakan, Sama, and Badjao. Arts and Crafts of Mindanao, Lumads. Question time. Arts and Crafts of Mindanao. The cultural heritage of the Filipinos is reflected in Philippine art. It showcases the artfulness that dates back to prehistoric times. Though ancient, this art is still widely appreciated and valued in modern times. Aside from the old tradition, this art also exhibits artistic presentation of their occupation and daily livings. Geographical Location. Mindanao is the second largest island in the Philippines, after Luzon. Located in the southern region of the archipelago, the island is part of an island group of the same name that also includes its adjacent islands, notably the Sulu archipelago. Islamic art is characterized by abstraction of actual object or human form. Islam is one of the oldest established religions in the country. In fact, Filipino Muslims was once a dominant group in the Philippines. Most of the population is concentrated in the Mindanao region. Islam is primary to what influences their daily lives, and that influence transcends also in their arts. Mosque, also called masjids. The common structure of a mosque is composed of minarets, domes, and prayer halls. Minarets are the tall, slender spires with a hemisphere crown and are generally twice as high as the dome. Dome is large and usually covers the entire prayer hall. It represents heaven and sky. The prayer hall or musalla is a room with big space where Muslims gather to pray. Qibla. The Qibla wall is another main feature of a mosque. It is positioned on the direction of the Kaaba in Mecca, which also indicates the direction to face when praying. At the center of the wall is a semicircular niche called mihrab. Some of the famous mosques in the Philippines are the Grand Mosque in Cotabato, Pink Mosque in Maguindanao, and the Golden Mosque in Manila. The architectural structure and design of mosques in the Philippines is similar to how a mosque typically looks like around the world. Ukir or ukil. The distinct design that speaks very Filipino inside a mosque is the traditional art called ukir, Maranao, or ukil, Tausug. Ukir, meaning carved, is an art form that uses geometric and curvilinear patterns and stylized representation of folk motifs like flowers and animal forms. Although the motifs of ukir are derived from the nature, its elaborate composition makes it seem to be not a direct copy of the actual natural elements. Two of popular motifs of ukir are the sari manok and naga. The former is a legendary bird of the Maranao people, and the latter is a form of dragon or snake. Batik Mindanao. Batik is a design technique using wax-resist dyeing on fabric. It originated from Indonesia but also widely used by our Muslim brothers and sisters in Mindanao. The process of waxing and dyeing is repeated until the desired patterns and colors are achieved. Batik uses geometric and curvilinear patterns that are arranged on abstract manner, perhaps, also addressing the Tauhid Islam principle. Human or animal images are rare motifs, but it usually showcases floral prints. Batik fabric is usually converted to malong, the traditional tubular skirt that is staple in the attire of many Mindanao indigenous groups. The malong can function as a skirt for both men and women, a turban, a dress, a blanket, a sunshade, a bed sheet, a dressing room, a hammock, a prayer mat, and other purposes. A newborn is wrapped in a malong, and as he grows this piece of cloth becomes a part of his daily life. Arts and crafts of Maranao, Maguindanao, and Tausug. Maranao means people of the lake, which speaks about where they came from, the area surrounding Lake Lanao in the Bukidnon-Lanao Plateau. This indigenous group is one of the largest Islamic groups in the Philippines. Prominent in Maranao art is the art form Okir. Torogan is a house of wealthy and influential Maranao families, and also serve as residents of the Datu and his wives and children. This design motif is present in what is considered the most spectacular Philippine vernacular architecture. In fact, the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, NCCA, has declared the Maranao Torogan, especially the Kawayan Torogan, as a national cultural treasure. Panolong. The iconic parts of the Torogan are the panolong, the floor end beams that project frontally into butterfly shapes, naga, and Paco Rabong armilis, ferns. They are elaborately carved and painted in lively color. There are very few that still exist today, and they can be found in Marawi City and Lanao del Sur. Maguindanao. People reside mostly in Maguindanao province, but some are in North and South Cotabato, Sultan Kudarat, and a few in Sarangani province and General Santos City. But originally, this group settled along the banks and valley regions of Pulangi River, also known as Rio Grande de Mindanao. This earned them the name Maguindanao, which means people of the flood plains. Inaul. The fabric that represents, not just the artistry of the weavers, but also the values that the Maguindanao people hold in common. Like in other indigenous communities in the country, textile weaving is a significant part of Maguindanao's identity, culture, and tradition. What makes Inaul distinct among the textiles in the country is its brocade patterns, and it is usually done with metallic threads. Inaul comes in striking colors, wherein each color embodies Maguindanao virtues: red for bravery, orange and yellow for royalty, green for peace, black for dignity, and white for purity and mourning. Although, there is one design called umpak, which is embroidered laden, and considered difficult to do. Other designs include Binaluad to, meaning rainbow, Panigabi, Taro, and Binaludan, which is similar to Ikat of the Cordillera. Tausug resides in the province of Sulu, mainly in the towns of Holo, Indanan, Siasi, and Patakul. The name is popularly known to mean people of the current, because traditionally, the Tausug were sailors and pearl divers, and traders confront the forceful tidal currents of the water. However, some say that the name is rooted from the word Tau, which means man, and Sug, which is the old name of Holo. PC Yabit. The most popular art piece crafted by the Tausug is the PC Yabit, or simply called Peas. It is a square headgear worn by men characterized by its intricate multicolored geometric design. It can also be worn on the shoulder, tied around the hilt or handle of the kris, sword. It is made of cotton or silk. It takes more or less than a month in order to produce one piece. The Bangsamoro weapons, which include kris, barong, kumpilan, ponnabas, and gunong, among others, are not only for protection and defense, but they are also indicators of one's authority, wealth, and social rank based on the quality and embellishments of the blades, handles, and sheath or scabbard. Kris carries kalis, a double-edged sword or dagger which may be kalis siko, wavy, or kalis tulad, straight, is probably the most popular Bangsamoro weapon, having variations in every Muslim group. Barong is a preferred weapon among the Tausug, Sama, and Yakan of the Sulu archipelago. Its sophisticated handle made of ivory, caraba horn, or hardwood compensates for the rather plain-looking single-edged, leaf-shaped blade. The kumpilan is a single-edged bicuspid, having 2 points, sword that has an ornate handle made of wood, brass, and ivory. Its V-shaped handle is symbolic of an open-mouthed naga or nayaga with eye-like spots and tufts ornamentation of human hair resembling a mane. Ponnabas, originally an agricultural tool, is a single-edged, slightly curved weapon and probably has the longest handle among Filipino-edged weapons. Gunong is a double-edged dagger usually placed at the back of the waist sash. Considered as a smaller version of the kris, it is mostly used as a utility knife and as a last defense during combat. Arts and crafts of Yakan, Sama, and Badjao. Yakan are indigenous Muslim group originally from Basilan. The Yakan have unique physical features because of their tall height and high-bridged nose. The Yakan moved and settled in Zamboanga City, where they have established farming, fishing, weaving, and carpentry as their sources of livelihood. Semmek. The Yakan is known for its traditional dress called semmek, which is made from cotton and pineapple cloth. The design of semmek has natural themes like palapatong, rainbow, bungasama, phyton, kenakena, fish, and dawen, vine. When they transferred to Zamboanga, the weavers tried on doing more colorful design patterns. Today, because of the demand from the local and foreign tourist, this cloth, that carries their identity and culture as the fabric for their everyday clothing, is now made into bags, table runners, wallets, and other garments. Tanyak. The most distinct tradition of the Yakan tribe is the facial decoration called tanyak. These are circles, spots, and diamond patterns painted on the skin using bamboo tools and thick mixture of white flour and water. This practice is done only for wedding ceremonies where the bride and groom are the ones who wear this cosmetic decoration. The Sama is the indigenous cultural community of the southernmost islands of the Philippines, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi. They group themselves into two, the Sama Dilauhut and the Sama Dilia. The Sama Dilauhut, commonly referred to as Badjao, are known seafarers and they live in houseboats called lipa, giving them the title Sea Gypsies. They were able to keep their indigenous religion. In contrary, Sama Dilia is highly influenced by Islam. The Sama groups are known for their colorful hand-woven mat called tepo. They are made from pandan leaves, which are abundant natural resource in their areas. The Sama Dilauhut are one of the best mat weavers in the province. In making the tepo, they simply based their weaving designs by the memories taught from their ancestors. Generally, it is made with vibrant colors with no specific patterns. The mats are used for many purposes such as sleeping mats and decorations. Vinta. The Vinta are colorful traditional boats of the Badjao and Moro of Sulu and Zamboanga. They are called by the locals as lepa-lepa or sakkayan. The distinct feature of vinta is its colorful sail wherein the colors are arranged in vertical pattern. The vinta has been an icon not just for its creators, but for the Philippines as well. It primarily serves as a means to transport people and goods to and from the different islands in southern Mindanao. For the Badjao, during the earlier days, these vessels were actually their home. Today, the vinta also contribute to Zamboanga's tourism where the visitors are accommodated to ride one and have a short tour around. Arts and crafts of Mindanao Lumads. The Lumad are the un-Islamized and un-Christianized Austronesian peoples of Mindanao. Tiboli are indigenous cultural community who occupy the southern mountain ranges of South Cotabato in Mindanao. They are mostly concentrated in the area around Lake Cebu. Tinalak. Traditionally made by women of royal blood, thousands of patterns that reference folklore and stories are known to the Tiboli women by memory. The designs are intricately done that branded Tinalak as woven dreams and the Tiboli as dream weavers. Tinalak has a distinctive tricolor scheme, white for the pattern, red for relief elements and black, or deep brown, for the background. Tinalak is used for ritual purposes, as an offering to the spirits and during festival celebrations. It is also exchanged between families for food and supplies in the Tibolese barter economy, which endures to this day. Many communities rely on the commercial sale of Tinalak to earn a living. Tiboli accessories. For the Tiboli women, wearing a lot of accessories makes them more beautiful or fashionable. They have accessories from head to foot, headpiece, comb, earrings, necklaces, bracelets, rings for fingers and toes and anklets. Tiboli accessories are labor of intensive beadwork forming intricate and colorful design patterns. Bagobbos Pangalo Bayan. Bagobbo are known to decorate their garments extensively with beadworks known to locals as Pangalo Bayan. They use multicolored beads accompanied by bells, sequins, and pom-poms. The group is known to add beads to almost all their things. One garment that showcases this intricate work is the headdress or head kerchief called tongkulo worn by Bagobbo men, usually by a warrior or chieftain. Today the traditional tongkulo has been transformed into tongkulo scarves, which are crafted by the artisans from Bagobbo Tagabawa tribe. Mandaya. The Mandaya are found in the heart of Davao Oriental, particular in Bagana, Caraga, and Cotal. This group is regarded highly by many historians and scholars as being honorable, peace-loving, respectful, and many other positive remarks. Mandaya's Daggum. Many consider the clothing garments of Mandaya as among the most beautiful in Mindanao. It is characterized by patterns of diamonds and crosses, and other geometric and curvilinear motifs. As their top, Mandaya women wear blouses called daggum, while men wear blue collarless shirt called daggum namusag. Mandaya's backpack. One more distinct Mandaya craft is their backpack. It is cylindrical form made of rattan, covered with beeswax to strengthen the body and to make it waterproof. It has bamboo trimmings arranged in a curvilinear pattern and the bamboo's natural color contrasts with the backpack's largely black body. Tirurai are traditional hill people of southwestern Mindanao. They live in the mountainous terrain of Cotabato facing Celebes Sea. Unlike other tribes across the country, the Tirurai do not have a developed tradition in textile weaving or pottery. Tirurais are highly recognized for their basketry, which is considered the most intricately woven in the country. Their baskets with black trimmings are exceptionally beautiful. Tirurai baskets are characterized by almost perfect symmetry in weaving the designs. Question time. Type your answers on the comment box below. Describe the elements of arts, shape, color, line, texture, used in the following arts and crafts of Mindanao. Malong, Inaul, Tanyak, Tinalug, Tepo mat.